This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Before we jump into another ranked draft for Core Set 2020, I want to remind everyone that my content is sponsored by Card Kingdom. Here on Twitch, you can click on their panel below where you're watching this video. It'll take you to the website, and on YouTube, you can click on the link in the description below. They'll know I sent you. You're supporting the channel if you do that, and yeah, so check that out. And now we will jump into a draft. Okay. Bloodthirsty Aerialist is definitely better than Embodiment of Agonies. Embodiment can be great, but it's not super easy to set up. Bloodthirsty Aerialist, meanwhile, doesn't ask for as much and has a much higher floor. Doesn't have as high of a ceiling. But, yeah, so I think I like the Aerialist a little more. I have played my share of Embodiments of Agonies, but, yeah. They are fun. So here we've got interesting decisions. Frostlink, Boreal Elemental, Winged Words, Spectral Sailor, Agonizing Siphon. They're all pretty good things. I think the Lynx is a little better than the others, though. Yeah. I just love that into the battlefield ability. All right, I think we probably take Scholar of the Ages. We're in a color pair where it's going to be pretty good, most likely, if we stay here. Sleep Paralysis is a decent removal spell, but it's nothing special, so I think we take the Scholar. She's got some serious upside. Unsummon here. Yeah. Okay, well, we took that Aerialist, but Lavakin Brawler is significantly better, usually, than the Aerialist is. So, we'll go with the Brawler here. Then, you know, there's black cards here, but none of them are very good. They're fine. I mean, they're fine. They're not bad, but Lavakin Brawler is better than them, is my point. Okay, paid off with another Brawler. Sure. So, blue-red it is. Fire Elemental's alright. It is an Elemental, and we have two Brawlers already, but I think Octoprophet I still like a little more right now. Okay, so we could take a Heart Piercer Bow. You know, it's a card that is really overachieved in this format. It's one that, you know, if you get in multiples, can be pretty great. Or we could take a decent black card, which I think is a fine idea, given that we already have one. I like Soul Salvage the best of that bunch. Some decent white cards, but decent black cards too. Take an Abomination. Here we'll take a Fire Elemental. Cutthroat. Scorched Bitter. I mean, if we're going to be a blue-red aggro deck with elemental synergies, that's the place for Scorched Bitter. Anvil Rot Raptor. Maniacal Rage. Ooh, Risen Reef, huh? Well then. I think we're probably blue-red. I mean, it's hard for us not to want to be when we have two Lavakin Brawlers, a Risen Reef, and some other elementals. I could just take a third Brawler, but Risen Reef is insane. So I think we do take it here. Be nice if Boreal Elemental or Lavakin Brawler wheeled, but I'm not really counting on it. We do need fixing now. Okay, so Spectral Sailor is probably better than the Wave Crasher is, even though the Wave Crasher is an elemental. So for now, yeah, Reef is easily splashable. That's true, and that's my plan, pretty much. We'll see what we encounter, but that's my plan. But yeah, I think we want the Sailor. It's just so good in the late game. I mean, I like the Wave Crasher too, but not as much as I like the Sailor. So that's not fixing that does anything for us. Probably just Ember Hauler. I mean, he's not the easiest to cast, but he has a lot of upside. Bird Grabber's not bad in a deck with flyers, and right now we already have one of those, but I like Ember Hauler more. Winged Words. Yeah. Okay, good. There's the fixing we need. It's really tempting to take another Brawler, but making sure we can fix and actually play our Risen Reef is important. And Rapacious Dragon is just a nice card anyway. You know, Thornwood Falls also would be nice for our fixing, but it's not as good as the Dragon. All right, here I think we take another Scorch Spitter. I think our deck's mostly aggressive, and I think in the end that means Scholar of the Ages isn't going to make the cut. Take another Frostlings. Yeah, Infuriate's a decent trick. Yeah, here we will take a Bow. Uncaged Fury is a very nice trick. One that I do want to take over Heartpiercer Bow. I don't hate these blue cards, but they are pretty easy to cut. So is all of these cards are pretty easy to cut if you end up in their colors. I'll take Anticipate. Manifold Key, sure. Oh, good. Thornwood Falls wheeled, and we definitely take it. Our fixing is good enough already for Risen Reef. I wouldn't mind like an Evolving Wilds at some point. Probably Chandra's Ember Cat here. Being able to play turn 3 Lavakin Brawlers is the dream. Yep, the cards I was wrong about video should come out the week after this coming week. So yeah, and that is one of the cards I talk about. But yeah, we definitely want the Ember Cat. Nice little 2-drop, helps us ramp into elementals. So this is a hard one. Shock is really good. Goblin Smuggler is amazing with Lavakin Brawler. There's also an Evolving Wilds. I kind of think we need the Shock. We don't exactly have a ton of removal, and Shock does the job. There's lots of nice cards in this pack, but I think we need the Shock. Of course, there's another one. I mean, I'm going to take the second one, too, here, and be happy about it. Flame Sweep can be pretty good. It's not great with our deck at this point, but it can be pretty good. Yeah, we'll definitely take Shock number 2. Yeah, here we'll take a Boreal Elemental, I think. It's a less aggressive Elemental, but it's a nice thing to have at the top of your curve. Yeah, so we'll get the Boreal Elemental. Pacifism is something we can definitely splash, but I think we'd rather splash Risen Reef, so... Okay, Frostlings number 3. Yeah, I think we do that. We also have a Rugged Highlands, which would help us splash, but Frostlings is great. You know, Pattern Matcher is nice too, but I don't think in our deck, Frostlings is going to be better. All right, here I think we take a Metropolis Sprite. We don't have a lot of 2-drops at this point, and it's a solid one. Okay, here I'm going to take a Smuggler. Another Scorch Spitter. Another Sprite. I kind of think 2 Scorch Spitters is probably where we want to be. I think I'm going to grab another Sprite. Yeah, we'll take another Bow, see what happens. Hey, yes please. Our mana's going to be great now. So that's good. Anytime you can make your mana base great, instead of just like adequate, it feels pretty good. So we have 2 Shocks. I don't really think we're in the market for a Vial. Probably not in a market for a third Scorch Spitter, but probably more so than I am a Vial. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be wanting Scholar of the Ages here. We can cut Maniacal Rage pretty easily. I think we cut 1 Scorch Spitter. And maybe Fire Elemental. We have plenty of Elementals without it. And I think both of these cards are better. I don't think this can be a 16-lander. Maybe we can think about that, but I don't think so. I don't think our curve's quite low enough. With all these 3s, a 16-lander seems questionable. So we only need to run 1 forest. I think that means we add another island, probably. Yeah. So, island it is. Actually, we don't have any double blue, do we? So, island it isn't. Yeah, we have 8 sources of blue already. We'd rather have... yeah, 9 sources of red is probably better. All right. I think this will work out. I think 17 lands is fine. We're mostly an aggro deck, but we're one that can grind out wins with Risen Reef as well, and I think I'm cool with that. Yeah. Alright, I think we can keep this despite no blue mana. We have a shock and a 2-drop, and if we only hit one other land, we can play Lavakin Brawler, so... Works for me, I think. I was going to think about shocking that guy, but because I drew Lavakin Brawler, I think we can wait a turn. Okay, so... we attack with our Brawler here. And maybe our Ember Cat, actually. Eh. Just the Brawler. So if they try to use a trick here, we can shock, which is good. And we can leave up shock no matter what. Uncaged Fury can get pretty silly sometimes here. Alright, so they are going to block, which to me means almost certainly they have a trick, right? So we're going to get the nice blowout here. Yeah, so we're going to go shock. Don't tell me you have another trick. Grow to 3/3, take 2. So do I just Uncaged Fury here? Gets my creature to 5. Yeah, I kind of think we do. We both used a lot of resources there, but I think that's okay. Okay, so I think we play our Scorch Spitter. Probably going to be a trade here. Alright, so we can flash in our Sailor at the end of their turn. Play our Dragon. So Spectral Sailor should help us draw a bunch of cards, so that's always good. I can actually draw 2 this turn, potentially. So yeah, we have 6, 8 mana. The question is, do we want to use it? Because we don't have green mana for Risen Reef right now. Honestly, I think we have enough other green sources that we can get away with it. See, like that one. Okay, so... play another Lavakin Brawler. Seem to be flooding out over there. Yeah. So, this is the first draft today. We've started with a win. We had the one that started 0-2 that finished 1-3, and the one that started 0-2 and finished 7-2. Actually, need to remember to update my record. Okay, this is good. I think we do need to grab our island with that just to be careful. Yeah, I mean, we have Rapacious Dragon that can set things up later for Risen Reef. Alright. So, it'd be nice to draw a Brawler, but a turn 4 Boreal Elemental is pretty good too. So. Boo. Protection from red. Who does that? I'm just attacking here to bluff. I don't really lose anything as a result of doing so, so... Do I just kill that Mastiff at the end of their turn? Yeah, I think so. There's the Brawler, but it's actually not that great on this board. We'd rather play the Boreal Elemental against the protection. It's pretty funny that they can't actually equip the mask to their creature. Oh, it's funny. Alright, so let's attack Boreal Elemental. Then, I think we want to do this, play Brawler and leave up 1 red mana. For shocking something. Yeah, they do have some serious mana screw, it's true. I don't even think we need to bother with shock, really. So... I mean, I could shock this, and then that would enable me to more aggressively attack here. Because if they block with their Drake, and yeah, but I kind of think that's okay at this point. Oh, hello. Well, we were talking about how Smuggler would be good. So I think we just attack with all three, yeah. So they take 10 here. Definitely getting them within range of a lethal Uncaged Fury. Oh, they just take, yeah, they go to 10. They take 7, yeah. Right, into our turn. Leave shock available. Probably they kill my Ember Cat. Yeah. So, did I actually have lethal there? Make this unblockable. Oh no, I had to play the Smuggler, so I couldn't Uncaged Fury on top of everything else. Okay. So, how aggressive do I get here? Because I could try to use Uncaged Fury here to just own them to end the game. See what they do. I think I go for it. They could have like unsummon, but... Oh, I think they do. Dang. You gotta have something, no? Okay, well. Hopefully this isn't one where we start with 2 wins and then lose 3 in a row to sort of even out our last draft where it went the opposite direction. Started poorly and then did really well the rest of the way. This time we started well, so we'll see what happens. Pretty nice hand. Obviously, we're not going to be playing a turn 2 Ember Hauler if we play our Spectral Sailor first, but I think we still do it. Ember Hauler's useful all game long. I mean, so is the Sailor, but ooh, now I kind of want to go turn 1 Scorch Bitter, turn 2 Ember. Yeah, I mean, this can do a ton of damage early in a lot of scenarios, so I think that seems pretty good now. Okay, so let's go ahead and attack. So yeah, if we can go turn 1 Scorch Bitter, turn 2 Ember Hauler, turn 3 Frostlinks, and then Lavakin Brawler, I mean, our opponent is in trouble. Let's see if we can pull that off. Okay, so Frost Links. Attack them down to 14. Well, I think that does stop us from attacking this turn. Play our Brawler, though. Cards and coffee, yep. You reminded me that I had my coffee. Hazmat Medic, thanks for the follow. It's too bad they didn't play an X2, you know. Stupid green decks and their 3 toughness creatures, you know. It's like, yeah, it's not good. That was a pretty important card for us. Alright, we're going to take the 4 here. Alright, so I think we just end our turn. We can flash in Spectral Sailor and draw cards, or we can potentially use Shock. We'll draw 1 card after we flash it in, that is. So, do I want to Ember Hauler plus Shock that Thicket Crasher? It's pretty tempting. I think we do. I can block here. Doesn't mean we're not flashing in. Oh, we'll flash in the Sailor, actually. We just won't draw cards with it. I'll do 2 to this. Hopefully we don't get completely blown out here. I mean, if they have a trick or something, it's not going to be good news. That's for sure. And Shock. Ah, they have a trick. That's always brutal. Yeah. Alright, so we're taking 7. I think we might just get run over here. Of course, we draw a Risen Reef and we can't play it. That's brutal. Okay. You know, I should actually use this ability. And it's already the end of my turn, so it's too late. Okay, what do we got? That's not gonna do it. Right, it's 2 and 1. We need Risen Reef to show up when things aren't going so well. I mean, when things are going well and we have green mana, that'd be nice. Probably still wouldn't have, it definitely wouldn't have gotten us out of our situation that game. We got it too late. So even if we had green mana, I mean, that Overcome would have killed us. All right, solid. Question is, do we want to play Scorched Bitter turn 1? Yeah, now I think we can afford to, because we drew a 2-drop we can play without the blue mana. So. It's sad when your Scorched Bitter gets stonewalled by a 2/2. That's the downside of the card. It's good with Goblin Smuggler, but we do only have one. But, you know, it's as far as 1-drops go, in really aggressive decks it can be nice. I'm not sure our deck's quite aggressive enough to really take advantage, but... Alright, so here we're going to play Thornwood Falls. No attacks. I'm just going to take 4 here, which they're going to gain a ton of life, but I can play Boreal Elemental next turn, so that's good. You know, I think it's worth blocking the Smuggler and not playing our Boreal Elemental this turn. Okay, that's actually a pretty good draw. We're gonna go ahead and attack. We don't have much to lose. And then, yeah, I think we play Octoprophet, who can trade with either of them. Which is pretty nice. And we'll bottom that mountain. Hold on to that Metropolis Sprite. Yeah, that's not good. They continue to gain a ton of life. I think we just attack again. I mean, we don't have much to lose in doing so, as I said a minute ago. It's not a good blocker here anyway, so... Hopefully they don't have another Chandra's Outrage, because they can actually cast it. Alright, so... Cutthroat, yeah. Not a huge shocker. And being low on blue mana the way we are right now is brutal. They're running out of gas over there, but it might be too little too late for us. I think I double block Blood Burglar if they attack me here. Yeah. I do not block him though. They could kill me with a trick or something, but I think I'm okay with that. Well, that's pretty gross. Getting the Smuggler back would be bad, and that's probably what they're going to do. Smuggler and Burglar, yeah. Okay, that's a pretty good draw. I think we go Frostlinks, tap down Smuggler. Until we can find a shock for it. They are officially out of gas. Okay, we're gonna block that way and go to 2. Going to 2 is kind of dangerous because they have Smuggler, but I do have Unsummon. We'll block there too. Just what I was hoping for. So, I think because we can take a hit here... calendar turn. All right. See, well, we started this one strong, and now we've lost 2 in a row. Who knows? Yeah, we just got run over there. Ooh. So, you know, we don't have an early creature, but we've got Risen Reef, and if it stays in play, pretty good chance we just win this game. Good shock target. Okay. All right. Moment of truth. I mean, even if they kill it, you're still getting a 2-for-1, and that's always great, I think. There's a decent chance they can kill it, given their colors, so... Yeah, they're not gonna right away. They could still have Disfigure, I guess. Nope. Okay, so that means... I think we want to be playing Elementals, obviously. Is it worth attacking? Probably. There's just not a whole lot that will hurt me for... Oh, except they might have Aerial Strike or whatever. So, never mind. Worth playing around, I mean, especially when the payoff is just doing 1 damage. Alright. Lavakin Brawler. Yeah. And Scorch Spitter. Yeah, I was gonna say, Risen Reef's going off here, so it's gonna be a challenge. Shark to Crab. Look out. Yeah, I mean, if you play a turn 3 Risen Reef and you've got a bunch of Elementals, like, you know, your opponent's kind of... If they can't kill the Risen Reef, they're just going to straight up lose the game. I mean, that's how it goes. I think this is keepable. You know, getting our 1 basic forest can be kind of annoying when we have Spectral Sailor in our hand, but we still got early drops. I mean, this is the kind of hand that if our opponent has a slow start at all, they're in trouble. Hey, there's blue mana. So I can actually play Scorch Spitter and Spectral Sailor this turn. Play Spitter number 2. It's like, if they play a creature here that we can just shock out of the way, they're going to be in trouble. Or if they just don't play anything, that works too. Works for me. All the 1 drops. Leave up Shock and Infuriate. Oh yeah, he's getting shocked. Alright, now we can start using our mana sink. I don't think we're going to want to use Infuriate just yet. Not unless it gives us lethal. And it does not get us there. Yeah, Risen Reef in the Omniscience draft would be pretty ridiculous. Okay. I'm actually going to do this one more time. Because if I could hit Shock there, that would have been pretty sweet. So if they just take this, they're dead because of Infuriate, but they're not going to. So we're just going to use it to kill their creature. Drop them to 4. Alright. Yeah, I mean, that's a crazy aggro hand right there. Combat tricks and cheap removal to back up a hand like that is very hard to overcome. Ooh, another nice fast hand. 1, 2, 3 drops to start things off. And it's pretty good ones. I mean, ooh, that is a fancy swamp. Look at that. Very pretty. Well, that's annoying. Let's lose the dragon. Oh yeah, Frostlinks, sure. I think Frostlinksing again is tempting, but it might just be better to Frost... Like, they're going to kill my Scorch Spitter if they attack, but then I just Frostlinks whatever it is they play this next turn. I mean, you know, there is something to be said for using up all our mana, but we can attack first either way, because tapping something down isn't important for this particular combat, but man... Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to my Frostlinks. See you later, Scorch Bitter. Yep, I think we made the right call with our links. So yeah, I think we go Frostlinks. Drops them to 5. That's an aggressive Bone Splinters, but one I'm okay with, I think. They can only pump their creature once, so attacking here is a good idea, I think. Now, they could have a trick, they could have a lot of things, but I think we still attack here. So the best they can do is trade with a Frost Lynx. Looks like that's what they got. And then we can play this, who's lethal in the air this turn. Next turn, I mean, not this turn. Unsummon costs 3 mana if that's what you're trying to do. So, and that very well may be what they were trying to do. Alright, we got there. That double Frost Lynx was pretty nasty. So we're going to at least be 5-3. So we closed out today. You know, our first draft was pretty bad, but our second and third ones both pretty good. Maybe we'll get to 7 wins with this one too. Who knows? Pretty good hand. I mean, having tapped lands when you've got Scorch Spitters is maybe not ideal, but it'll be okay. I mean, we're going to play a turn 2 Scorch Spitter, then play Thornwood Falls on the following turn. I mean, play Thornwood Falls next turn after when we play Scorch Spitter, and then we can go, you know, can curve out more or less. Another Fenlurker, huh? Well, I think it's going to be our friend Rapacious Dragon again. We have our green mana, so it's not nearly as crucial that we have him. Okay. So, yeah, we just take this here. 2 Villas, yeah, an Omniscience draft, that's pretty hilarious. For sure. Hey, we got our double Frost Lynx nonsense again. This time, though, we're probably going to play the Lavakin Brawler in between them. I think I'd block the Fenlurker if they attacked me here. They do not. Okay. I think I attack with Frost Lynx. I could attack with my Spitter too and just leave up Uncaged Fury, but it seems like things could go wrong super easily. So just trading for a Fenlurker seems good to me, if that's what happens. Yeah, that's what's happening. And then we can play Lavakin Brawler. That's obnoxious, certainly. Okay. Kind of think I attack with my Brawler here, and if they decide to double block, I can use Uncaged Fury to blow them out. Yeah. And if they don't decide to block, they take 4, which that's what they're going to do. Okay. Then I'm going to play Metropolis Sprite. God, what am I going to discard, though? That Fenlurker. Metropolis Sprite's probably the worst card in our hand. So maybe it's just better to play Frost Lynx and tap one of these guys down and then discard the Metropolis Sprite. It just doesn't seem great. I really don't want to discard any of these though, so I think I'd rather discard Metropolis Sprite at this point, so yeah. It doesn't feel great, like I said, but it works out okay. Why did Auto Tapper not leave Shaka? Like, what the hell? God, auto tapper. I don't have any reason for an island to be up in play anywhere. So yeah, we'll discard our Sprite to the Fen Lurker. I think holding on to Shock and Uncaged Fury is pretty key at this point. Yeah, here comes the Fen Lurker. I would have done one more damage if I were smart last turn too, so there you go. Leaving up Shock would have been pretty nice. Okay, so yeah, I think we attack with our Brawler. So, Uncaged Fury gives us a big blowout if that's what they try to do. I mean, if they try to block, that is. Well, having one mountain right now is a little frustrating. But I think we'll be okay. So, if I Uncaged Fury now, that does 12 to them. That's almost lethal. Close. We're playing Elementals in our second main phase. This time, I think it was the right thing to do. Last time, it was me screwing up. So... there you go. Oh man, if I'd attacked with Scorch Bitter, oh, except I don't have the red mana. I wouldn't have been able to do it all in one turn, but maybe I should have still gone for it. Like you said, Palatero. I forgot about the 1 damage from Scorch Bitter that would happen no matter what. Thanks for the follow, Breaker Snap. I mean, I just take everything. Like, if they decide to attack me here, anything, we're just taking it. Oh, life gain. God. Okay. So, I think we attack again. So, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this can be lethal here. They're tapped out. If they decide to just take this, it is lethal. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not. 3, 4, 5. It is not. I mean, it would be with the help of Shock next turn. So, see what happens. Oh no, it is lethal. What kind of math was I doing? 6 plus Uncaged Fury is in fact lethal. Yeah, that makes sense. So does that. So, I can shock one of them. Rather than use Uncaged Fury, and I think that's probably the smart thing to do. Makes a creature bigger, but still thins out their board. We take 4. Yeah, attack us. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine if you attack us. Thank you. Told you. Ooh. That's good. Okay, so... Okay, Auto Tapper, you're ruining my life here. Trying to, anyway. So I think we actually tap down... This probably just gives us lethal, right? I mean... Tap down the Sorcerer... Shock the Moorland Inquisitor... I do have 3 mana up. So if they have like a murder here, and it looks like they may. Yeah, they do. Still a pretty good turn, but we're in trouble now, I think, just because our whole plan had basically been to Uncaged Fury for the win, which we can still sneak in, but it's going to be a lot harder without our Brawler. That's exactly what we wanted to draw. Right, well, I think we attack with everything. 4, 6, 8. Ooh, actually, they could just take that. If they just took that, they could have maybe killed us. So, do I just drop them to 5 here? Actually, I can drop them to 1 if I used Uncaged Fury, but it doesn't matter if I drop them to 1. Especially because they're going to gain 2 back on their turn. I think we just let this happen and drop them to 5. That Dawning Angel, man. So, we go to 3 here. They might just have a trick to kill us. They do. Alright, 5 and 3. It is funny, the one that we started 2 and 0 with finished 5 and 3, and the one we started 0 and 2 with finished 7 and 2. But both of the last 2 drafts were pretty good. Alright. Let's open up our packs, talk about what we would first pick and so forth. And then we will call it a stream. I'll be back on Tuesday morning streaming again. Tuesday morning, there's a chance it's the last time I stream Core Set 2020. So I take a little bit of a break as it's almost, you know, spoiler season for Throne of Eldraine. So I think Bloodthirsty Aerialist is the pick here. We actually first picked it in our draft, I think. We just didn't end up in black. It's a good card. Starfield Mystic. I've yet to see it do anything other than be a 2-mana 2/2, though it does seem to have some upside. So Gravedigger versus Outrage. I think I go with Outrage, but I do like Gravedigger a lot. It's also nice you can splash it. No ley lines, please. Yeah, spoiler season I think starts on the 4th, based on some of the stuff we've seen. So yeah, it doesn't start on Monday, I don't think. But yeah, so Scampering Scorcher is the pick here. Just so many ways to pump all your elementals. So many payoffs for going wide. So many ways to get payoffs for having elementals. It's just really good. And that's where I would stick. Flood of Tears has been a huge disappointment. Well, it's Risen Reef here for reasons we all know at this point. I would consider the Stormkin here just because his pack's so underwhelming. Even though it's gold, I think I would take it. Thicket Crasher and Griffin Protector are both solid, but they're not amazing cards or anything. Slavican Brawler here, also for reasons we all know at this point. It's probably still Overseer now. He can run away with the game if he's left alone. So can Lavican Brawler, but it takes till turn 4, so... Probably Boreal Elemental over the Spitfire. Now it's just the Knight of the Ebon Legion, though. That card's nuts. Really hard to beat a turn 1 Knight of the Ebon Legion if you don't get removal in a hurry. Chandra here, she's maybe the best uncommon in the set. She and Risen Reef are pretty close. Sometimes I like taking sweepers early just because they're so difficult to find. They're so powerful and so irreplaceable. But it also makes you make a weird deck where you don't actually have that many creatures to make it work. But, you know, sometimes it's worth it. Murder here. Premium removal. Still murdered. This guy is not especially good in limited. Though he's showing up in standard. Yeah, here it's pacifism. White is the weakest color in the set, but it's significantly better than Leafkin Druid. It's just such a good removal spell. Alright, well, that will do it for today's stream, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday for another stream, and maybe, again, the last one we do for Core Set 2020. Thanks for watching.